What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. And man, I'm so excited to get into today's vlog because today we're going to be celebrating. I'm going to be talking my memories from listening to hip hop music, and the reason why I decided to do this was because this past Friday, August the 11th, was hip hop's 50th anniversary. So hip hop was created on August 11th, 1973, at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, man. And the foundation of it is just beats and rhyming and breakdancing and everybody having a good time, man. You know, and it's focused on lyrics. You know, it's not all about good beats and everything like that. But and for me, hip hop is the basis of my musical education. Right? It's the foundation of my musical education, as I like to say, man. I grew up listening to hip hop. It was the first music that I was exposed to as a kid, before everything else. Man, and I just remember getting to listen to greats like Curtis Blow, the Sugar Hill Gang, BDP and Skylar Rock, um, Boogie Down Productions, man, MC Shan, Gyro the Damager, Smooth the Hustler, Helter Skelter, man. All those Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. Just so many artists that I grew up listening to. Biggie and Pac, of course, and then later on in my like preteen adolescent years, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, Jay Z, Snoop, um, West Side Connection, Q, NWA, just the game, Jim Jones, the entire Dipset, as a matter of fact, not just Jim Jones. Master P, man. I like, and my love of hip hop goes from every region of the United States, man. Every style. Southern, East Coast, West Coast, man. It doesn't matter what it is, man. Love hip hop. And man, but some of my earliest memories, man. Of course, growing up on the East Coast, of course, listening to Big and Wu Tang and just so many. Like I mentioned before, KRS One, just P Rock and CL Smooth, Run DMC. Those were some of my earliest listens because my dad was a big fan of Run DMC and Biggie and stuff like that. So he used to throw on Hot 97, real legendary radio station here in New York, man, and we just sit by the radio together and just listen to hip hop, and he would say this is good music, man. No matter what comes after this, there'll never be music quite like it is now. So enjoy it, son. And boy, was he right. Uh, Nothing, no disrespect to today's hip hop, but man, you can't beat what was going on in the 80s and 90s and even a little bit before that, man. You can't beat that stuff, man. Like today, I gotta be honest with you. I haven't heard a lot of today's hip hop because it's so difficult for me to listen to, man. I was kind of spoiled growing up. My first the first ever CD that I ever bought uh, with my own money was Bone Thugs and Harmony album. And funny story, East 1990 Eternal. If you guys know Bone Thugs and Harmony, that's a real classic album, man. And what intrigued me about Bone Thugs and Harmony is, man, they just rap so fast. Like I've never heard somebody rap so fast before like that. just all their music intrigued me. So I found out that I always thought for a lot of years that East 1990 Eternal was their first album. Uh, but I was wrong. It isn't. Thuggish Ruggish Bone came out the year before that, and um, and that was their first album. Man. So huge shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. Still listening to that album today, man. All these years later. Uh, Man, and another album that I grew up with, of course, "Ready to Die" by the Notorious Big Man. Just, just so it's one of those things where, and I'm pretty sure you can't do this with the hip hop albums today, unless it's like an Eminem album or something like that. Like, it's it's very hard to put on a hip hop album and have it be that good that you can listen to it front to back. Without skipping a song, and there are very few albums like that. That matter of fact, I think the last time I did have it was Nas's new album, Magic Hour. Yeah, because it's Nas, and I grew up listening to Nas, so yeah, I'm always gonna be a big fan of his. Just oh man, hip hop is so special to me because not only not only with my dad and everything like that, it was also prevalent with my brothers, man. And my brothers are the same way I am as far as hip hop music goes, man. We don't listen to anything past maybe mid 2000s, maybe mid 2000s, early 2010s, but that's about it. Maybe I think the highest I'll go is maybe like 2012, and the only artist that I listen to from this area is probably Drake. I get a lot of heat for that and a lot of hate for that shit, but you know what, it is what it is. And man, just hip hop is so special to me, man, and for it to be celebrating 50 years, it's that's a hell of an accomplishment. Uh, 50 years of anything is an accomplishment, especially when you look at some of the way that some of the look at the way that some people perceive hip hop. As it starting violence and incitement of riots and everything like that. And it's not meant for that. It's meant to music is meant to uplift and all that. And that's what a lot of hip hop today goes to. Like people today, a lot of artists today that I got a chance to hear because my nephews listen to today's stuff. It's like artists today, they're just looking for violence. They're not about lyrics, and they're not about like talking about a life that they know stuff about. It's just they want to just talk about what they think is gonna sell. It's smart strategy, but like if you're a real hip hop fan, you don't care for that kind of stuff because it's like you're like at least the rappers that I grew up listening to, like the Biggies, the Tupacs, all of that stuff. At least when they talked about drugs, they actually did some of the stuff. A lot of rappers don't do this stuff. Like they just talk about it because it sounds cool. They kind of glorify it, and they don't really do it. So it's like for what? What are you talking about? Something that you don't know nothing about. Like you hear about drugs and guns and stuff, but are you really about that? Oh man, and the ones that were, man, they glorified it too much and they put it too much on the map, and things, terrible things happen, and that's not for me. That's not what hip hop is about. I hate for this to be a hip hop PSA, but I'm just telling you how I feel it is. But yeah, no. Getting back to like some of my favorite artists, man. Definitely Busta Rhymes is in there. Love the Coming, classic album. Another one of those albums you can put on front to back, and there's not a bad song on that album. Everything from Do My Thing to It's a Party to The Finish Line to Keep It Moving. Oh, just everything. Woo Ha, Got You On Check. Just everything. Everything Remains Raw. Damn, I can go on and on. Flipmode Squad meets Def Squad. It's just crazy. the amount of greatness that's on that album. Another album, two of my favorite albums from Jay Z, the Reasonable Doubt and the Black Album. Man. I love all his other stuff, but those two for me, those are his best albums. So yeah, it definitely, man. Celebration of hip hop, and they did a concert Friday this past Friday night at Stadium, and that thing went on for 8 hours. I didn't watch the whole thing, but from what I did see, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful celebration. Nice to see everybody embracing the culture of hip hop and them paying respect to the past and the present and some of the future of hip hop. It was a real nice thing to see, man. And hopefully, here's to 50 more years of hip hop. And I'm probably gonna be listening to the same thing 50 years from now if I'm still here that I was listening to growing up, man. But yeah, to each his own. I'm not telling you what to listen to. I'm just telling you my opinion. Um, listen to whatever you want. Hip hop, whatever type of music you want. Music is music. Music is universal, and that love language is universal. Everybody loves different type of music, so shouldn't bash shouldn't bash the type of music that people listen to or judge them based on the music that they listen to. I've seen a lot of that, and it should not happen. But anyway, man, that is going to do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.